Hello everyone, welcome back to the Advanced Mobile Programming Practical Series using Android. In this video, we will see the Android activity lifecycle. First of all, we understand what is activity in Android. In Android, activity is the single screen. It is like a window or a frame of Java. We already know about abstract window toolkit in Java. In AWT, there is a class called as frame which is responsible for providing a window in which we can design our graphical user interface. In the same way, in Android, we have an activity which provides the window in which the app draw its user interface. The graphical user interface designing is done in the activity. This window typically fills the screen but may be smaller than the screen and the float on top of the other window. Generally, one activity implements one screen in the Android application. By default, when you create an Android application, the Android Studio creates a activity for you. That is your activity underscore main.xml and for coding main activity.java file. Now activity lifecycle, basically the life cycle of the activity defines the start to end process of the activity. When the activity is created, what are the steps that the activity done, and when this activity gets terminated. This entire process is called as life cycle of activity. In life cycle of activity, there are 7 methods. All these methods are the class of activity android.app.activity. This is a class. All these 7 methods are defined in this activity class. By the help of activity, we can place all your UI components or widgets in the single screen. These 7 methods of the activity lifecycle are very important. They defines the behavior of the activity while the activity is transferred from one state to another state. As we can see here, these are the 7 methods of the activity. All these methods are used to transfer the activity from one state to another state. The default method created by the Android Studio of the activity is your onCreate. This is a method which is by default created by the Android Studio. This method invokes, or onCreate method is called when the activity is first created in the memory. The second method of the activity lifecycle is your onStart. This method called when the activity is becoming visible to the user. Whenever you see the activity or a mobile screen on emulator, that means onStart method gets executed. OnResume call when the activity will start interacting with the user. OnPause method is called when the activity is not visible to the user. That means we are pausing the activity for some period of time so that the another activity gets activated. OnStop, this method called when the activity is no longer visible to the user. OnRestart is called after your activity stop prior to start. And OnDestroy called before the activity is destroyed. Once the activity is deleted from the memory, OnDestroy method is called. Now this is the uh, diagrammatic representation or the various states that gets activity transformed from one state to another state. There is a activity launch state, activity running, app process killed, activity shutdown. And these are the methods: on create, on start, on resume. These three methods called when the activity starts its execution. These three methods gets called. Then after calling these three methods, the activity is in the running state. Then activity may call on pause method, then on stop method, on destroy method. After destroying the activity, we are not able to access the activity. Then activity gets destroyed, that means it is deleted from the memory. This is the diagram of your activity life cycle. Now we will see the various transition of the activity from one state to another state in the Android Studio. Let us switch to the Android Studio. In Android Studio, we will write a various methods that is called by the activity lifecycle. For that we have to go main activity.java file. In this file, first I am defining a variable. You can give the any name to this variable. I am giving a tag and I am writing here in tag, this is the demonstration of activity life cycle. Therefore I am writing a tag value as activity life cycle and semicolon. Now we override all the methods of the activity life cycle. By default, Android Studio creates a on create method. As we can see here, the on create method is already created. There is no need to override the on create method. We just print some text so that we can understand this method is calling when we are executing the application. So just write here log dot d and write this tag variable, and in double quotes write on create method. This is your on create method and semicolon. Now as we can see here, it is giving an error on log because this log class is defined in some package and we are not imported that package here. Therefore it is giving an error. Then just mouse over on this log keyword and import class. See, this is the package where this log class is defined. This is your first method. Now override the second method. Just press Ctrl P, Alt P to list out all the methods. There is a shortcut Ctrl O. In this we first override on start method. On start method. See, the return type of this method is your void. That means it does not return anywhere. This is my on start method. Again in this we just write a single line of text log.d, again tag comma within double quotes write down on start method. When this method gets executes, it will print on log that on start method is called. Now again we override the next method, that is your on restart. Control O, then on restart method, on restart method, we just search for the on restart. See, there is a on restart method, as we can see here. Then click on OK, and then again print log.d tag, that is your activity lifecycle, and within double quotes print a message on restart method. In the same way, we override all the 7 methods of the activity lifecycle. The next method is your, again press Ctrl O on pause. See, on pause. Double click on it or press OK. In this, print log.d, then tag, within double quotes write on pause method. Then Ctrl O on stop. Then again print log.d tag on stop method. Then we already override on start, on restart, on pause, on stop. Then press Ctrl O on resume, on destroy. First override the destroy method, then print log.d tag, within double quotes on destroy method. You can override all the methods, as here we override the different methods of activities lifecycle. These are the methods that are called during the activity lifecycle: on start, on restart, on stop, on destroy, on create. These all are the methods that are used in the activity lifecycle. Now we execute this program and we will see the output of the program. For that, just select the device that is created, Pixel 2 API, and then click on play button. It will start or it will launch the activity. Here the emulator gets executed and the output will display like this. Now we see the various transition of the activity lifecycle. To see the output of the activity lifecycle, we have to go to select run option. There is a run button here, just click on it. Here we can see that by default when you execute your activity, on create and on start method gets executed. Why? Because when the activity is created in the memory, then only it will able to display on the emulator. That means it is by default created, and we are here able to see the activity on start activity. Now I will explain you the different methods that we override and the transition of this activity. Right now the activity is started. Now I am stopping this activity. There is a button power off. As we can see here, the methods on pause. On pause, that means the activity is paused for some period of time and it is stopped. That means it is in the background. When you power off your device, the activity is entered into the on pause method, and after calling a on pause method, the activity gets stopped. Now again click on the power on button. See, on restart and start. Again it gets started. In the same way, you can execute a different methods. Now I want to destroy this activity. This activity, I want to destroy this activity. For that, just click on this button. There is a button, and see, you can see here on stop, the activity gets stopped, and just drag and drop. You can see here the activity gets destroyed. That means this activity is no longer available here. Now just click on power on or off button. No action is done here, no transition is done here. Why? Because on destroy method is called. That means activity is deleted from the memory. Now suppose you want again, you want to execute the activity again, you have to restart your activity. These are the various transitions of the activity and the activity life cycle. I hope you understood this session. Thank you.